Time I do a concept of live position locations, it goes through an expansion. It's like opening the door each time through highline center, I think the clock and location. It's very powerful when we connect to these high positions. So whatever you do in life is given to you. It's understanding why I don't like this. Oh, if you don't like it, it's okay. It's okay to put your positions out there. It's all about understanding, finding new opportunities to you. It's always given to you through universalized center, but all has to register through your heart. If it's not through your heart, you don't get these things, the manifestations. This is the true understanding when you come into full cycle rotations to its condition of its inner child. It activates the core line center to its rotation interference. Program setting to its locations. It's all about understanding how you come into timeline center. So it's true resonance to its pattern. All right. And that's true understanding where everybody has to really get into this positions. As soon as you go off the emotional roller coaster, you're off signal. Okay, look down, because if I look down, I'm going to start shaking, right? There's a lot of electronic interference. It's going to come back line center. So it's all about understanding, even if I'm traveling in space, wherever I am, I'm always in my imagination, but the imagination gives you everything through creation, which is your reality. Your reality is the now, not the past, not the present, the future. It's the now. That's the hardest thing you have to understand. Okay. To understand, every time I do a live, I'm always in position, which means I'm already there in connections, right? So manifestations come to you until you understand all levels of the heart. It cycles and its interference line center to its psychological interference locations. All right. We're going to get started in high position locations. I connected with the Gravitans, the Growthairns, high position line connections. It's all positions, they're calculations. They're very friendly. Entity line center. They live 50,000 ground line center rotations under the earth in positions. They tube line center rotations. So they have gills here. They're all positions. They're connected to the Lothians and the Greys. All intelligence, all position locations, but they live under the ground, right? It's like a fish in water. So we're going to go into high level rotations in positions. It's high connections to a high line center. Okay, so we're going to go to 7.200 line center rotations of platforms underneath the ground center in position locations. We're going to center off the business line interference. We're going to travel the direction of timeline center. We're going to set up new computers at two-line rotation interference locations to Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Okay, that's what we're going to do today. That's going to take the glitching line centers out of people in rotation interference, sending you guys up to a new clocking system, allocate position of timeline center. So it's very important you understand how to appreciate all levels of you through Mother Nature. Okay, when you get up in the morning, feel free to go inside, talk to the sun, talk to the moon, talk to the trees, talk to the birds, talk to people. That's what humanity has to do. No wonder you guys are all separated, because all you think about is yourself in position locations. You got to get out of those equations and you got to fall back into the heart system. That's all it is to calculations. Once you get into the modification cycles and rotation interference locations, you understand more through calculating the line center. So nobody's ever been under the line center underneath locations of its earth. We're going to go 50,000 line center rotations of grounds. Now, you guys have your oxygen line centers. I set up your eco line centers and rotations. You're going to have atmosphere wind specters. Now, that spectacle is a spectacle line interference location. It's centering your position to grab line center. So it's an elevator that goes down, right? At 7.200 platforms locations, right? Speed line center. Okay, so we're going to go through 7,000 channels to 200 miles line hour. Communication interference. Okay, allocate position of timeline center. Okay, so it's very, very fast. The faster you go, because it's 50,000. Right. So it's all about an elevator going down, 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 down. Right. So there's a tube line center. It's already set up in position locations. Once you come out of the elevator, it's a hologram structure line center. You're going to see the Growthairns. Okay. You're going to see the Gravitans. They're going to set up the platforms and information line conditions, set up the clocking line center position locations. You're going to wear plasma suits. Okay. Because you're underneath the ground line center. So it's going to go into positions of a plasmic bubble. That plasmic bubble is going to activate core line center rotation to its spheres locations. You have to understand your energetic patterns, your impulse locations, your sensory line center locations, and it's all positioned to you. Now, this is truly standing. Every time we travel, we are always fixing things to the grounds, everything to the fires, airs, and the waters. Right? Tomorrow we go to the underwater cities. All right. So it's all about understanding how to do this, all track line interference, getting positions back in line center in position locations in Mother Earth and Mother Nature. Correlation to its line center is all identification code system locations to its clocking system. All right. So I'm going to set up the ground line center. Okay. It's fantastic when you meet intelligence. It's all set up through sequence. I got a 3-line center rotation. All right. Set up the sequence line interference. We're going to go through all those different locations. Coloration is all about understanding where you're connecting to, right? Because grounds is what? Brown. It's earth. It's earthy earth. Try to pick up soil. Try to see what's going on. You can actually see the starlight centers. You can actually see the shape positions. Same when you pick up sand. You pick up the diamonds. You pick up, you pick up sequences and codes. And it's amazing when you pick up, right? You don't just pick up sand and just see it. You pick it up and you see the galaxy. You can see things through perception. So we're going to go through the ground line center in position. All right, there's the grounds. Now, in position line trail, communication interference. You guys are coming out of your portals. Just came out, highline center, everything I allocate position of time center. All right, so you just came out, right? You're here, all right? You're ready to platitude, okay? So the grounds is going to set up time line center. You're going to go through tube line center rotation interference, all right? There's a tube, right? You're going to keep going. All right, travel direction of time positions, all levels of the line. To set up the core line center positions to the galactic all position forces line center rotation interference. The GFLs in the rebellion set their alignment locations 7.200 miles per second. Yes, 7,000 line channels rotating 200 miles per hour. In calculation modification line center. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Center off position locations by all system connections. 40 minutes. Have fun. All right. So let me know what you go through highline line center locations. Driver extent time positions at 50,000 ground positions. Yep, into the earth. Here, came out of here. Now here. See the solar? Making sure it's the connection line center, I think the graph location. So every time I travel, I'm connected to all position locations. Constantly traveling. But you have to understand coloration patterns. This is the earth, right? It's all positioning you through chakra system locations, guys. High timeline center rotation interference. Okay. This is your security, right? It's red here, but when I turn here, it's orange. But this is security. It's red. You have to understand how to use your chakra line center, weather locations, interference with their locations, right? High position to its locations, right? It's amazing when you come in this line conditions, right? This is all connected to high levels of your intimate cycle, your creative system locations. It's orange, right? The sacral. You have to understand colorations, all position to its locations, and yellow is the power connector. So just up sequence interference with the locations, right? So true understanding. All right, so let's go in position line center. Allocate timeline rotation, 40 minutes, have fun. So you're going to get introduced to new computer setups, how everything is in position locations, how they live in the underground line center, how its computer operation line positions, okay? All right, so let's go in here, allocate timeline center. Growthairns are going to be introduced, and the Gravitan's line center locations, right? Timeline center here, and position locations. Yeah, it's okay to drink coffee. It's totally fine. Okay. So this is the Earth, right? Different line colors, coloration line center. You have to understand plateaus at different Earth. So when you're coming down, you're going to see a plasma line center. And that plasma line center, you look at both sides, you can see crystals and diamonds and rubies and emeralds, right? It's all through soil. It's all through soil. But what is the ground line center rotation made of? Electrical systems, panels, crop circles, high positions, low positions, medium position line connections. It's all through coloration, right? So it's very powerful how it connects all levels of water, grounds, fire, air, water, colorations, chakra systems, crystal activation system, right? So you guys are going to set up a new crystal activation computer rotation to its position, set the core system to Mother Earth, Mother Nature core line center in position to its locations. All right, so this is what it looks like in highline conditions. All right. I'm just going to show you here. Apply two-line center conditions, high position to its locations. All right. Now, it's interesting when you see the grass line center rotations. Now, these Growthairns, they have wings on their back, right? They fluctuate. They use their fan line centers. It's on their back. So, and they use the gills, the time system locations. This is what they look like through division line condition, right? These are the Growthairns. Okay. So it's trying to understand what you're coming up to and what you're up against. Just their identification to its line conditions, all through earthy location centers. But they're all also connected to the Lothians and the Greys. Make sure you drink your water. Okay, so basically, that's where we are here at the position. All right, it's fascinating, you guys are actually 50,000 feet under the ground centers of Mother Earth, Mother Nature. All right, first time. Okay, let's see, into the earth. Yes, Ellen, how's it going? Wormholes. This is funny as I'm traveling. You know, it kind of reminds me too when I was watching Keystone Capers, when they go under the grounds and the cops are chasing the bad guys in the pinstripe suits. Keystone Capers. Oh man, it's funny. All right, let's get started. Yeah, this is funny. I was traveling as soon as I saw a journal. Yeah, you guys get your 24 line center positions through your information system. So getting prepared at what's going to happen every single day. First thing I see is the center Earth sun. Yep. Banshee has it going. Bowls presentation. Yeah. Feeling the coolness going in. Yeah, exactly. It's the coolness going in. You're going structure, going into connections, right? Line position. So what you're connecting to identification so that nobody freaks out is all positioned to its ground line center, to its conditions, right? Start off with this position. Then you go from this position to seeing this through position. Okay. So work about Buddha, chakra, and weather, mapping divine heart center row, green 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 8, 9, 3 degrees, 11, 4 degrees solar winds. Yep, that's right. Degrees. Yeah, you got degrees, right center locations of grounds. General, Lotus. Add the ground center. Your weather pattern is in the atmosphere location of space-time, but it's not locked in position of the grounds, okay? Grounds is connected to coloration of position location. So you have to understand the calculations to Mother Earth, Mother Nature, right? So add the ground line center, okay? Then you'll be fine. All right, yes, I feel the cool. I had too much coffee. It's okay to drink coffee, that's fine. Just make sure you have your water because you're underground. So many distractions around today. My dog is barking. It's fine to stay focused. That's fine. You guys are in high position line centers. Captain, I got your illustrations. Very fantastic. I set it up on my TikTok. Growthairns are very friendly. Yes, they are. Yeah, they have the gills, the gill line center conditions. All right. It's true to understand what you're seeing through calculations, all right? It's incredible force. High position to its line center, right? These are the gills. The gills, so they can breathe, right? So allocate timeline center rotation interference positions. So know exactly where you are through coordinates, and you always, always, always have to end it with location of where you are. Okay, so that's important. You have to understand. All right, grays being pointed ears, but human-like features. Yep. Yeah, their eyes are white, the crystal light, so they communicate through their lights of eyes, and they also ground formation line conditions to their gills, right? They're like this. So don't be disalarmed or dismantled or in any position locations. Just know that they're there for a reason to help you and understand why they're in the ground of its formation. All right. Holy fast trains, Batman. Yep. Yep. Okay. Weather systems are excited to be activated through Mother Earth Center. Yep. Weather system are excited to be activated through Mother's Earth Center. Yep. So you'll get hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. So when you get down, you'll be in a tunnel. So the tunnel will look like this. So I'll just show you here. Structured positionalized centers, all different coloration line centers and coloration patterns. So as you're going down the tube line center, okay, so we'll go in this position. All right. So as you're coming into, you're going to come into a tunnel like this in rotation, right? You stop here. Okay, and there's going to be all computer sets, and there's all going to be intelligence of high position line centers waiting for you. All right. It's an incredible force when you see these things in location. They'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Right? You guys have to understand these things, right? Okay, what's going on now? All right. So basically, it's all understanding how it calculates, modifies all intelligence. We're all connected to all high position locations, but you have to truly understand how we're all allocated positions of time through ground perceptions of its earth, its fires, its airs, and its water. The intake or intake connection interference has to understand registration line center locations of soil in communications of tunnel line center rotation. So, okay, let's see here. Crystal grid is being calibrated. Merkaba ready and moving into the heart space, jumping in my own personal elevator music playing. Yep. Happy being, very approachable. We are making new grains of feeding grounds of growth. Very good, Ellen. That's exactly what it is. Ellen, I love your rebellion of sequence. Thank you for changing it. I love it. Weather, feathers. Yep. They come up and hug me. They have missed me. Yep. They miss you because you've been there. They come up. Yep. It's exactly what's happening. They are so small and fast. Yes, they're very fast. All right. Our heart is stretching. Yep. Father, Son, Mother, Moon, Vega, all communications. Oh, now holographic strain, Lucid, Harbor, Trinity, Merkaba. Communication, UFO, hearts. One of them approached me, looked pretty happy to see me. Yeah. Every time you go to where I put you is knowing you've already been there, because it makes sense, you know. It's kind of like they've been waiting for you at a certain time center in position locations. So, seeing there are different kinds of some water, some fire, earth, and air. Yes, that's what it is. Second command. All right, chilly. Yes, it is very chilly. Make sure you breathe, Lieutenant Airbender. It's very important. Make sure you drink your water. You know, in position, you could be standing or sitting. Doesn't matter. What matters is you're in the undergrounds at 50,000 line position locations of 7.200 miles per second line conditions of levitation interference to its elevator location. All right. There are pools of water with different temperatures, speaking languages with them. Yeah. Very fast and zipping around. Yep. Ferry connections. Yes, they are connected to the ferries of the equinox. Yes. Let's see. Tinkerbell. They're speaking with their gills. Yep. Their gills. Yep. Okay, smells like earth in here. Yes, Heather, that's what it is. One of them put soil in my hands almost to encourage me to explore. And that's why I say when you pick up soil, you see it in a different way now. That's why I put you guys in the grounds and know how powerful it is when you see intelligence and what it is. They give you the true understanding what soil is and why it's in position to Mother Earth and Mother Nature. You get to explore and see things in a different way, guys. Beings are helping me. Their language is breathing and oxygen. Yeah. Wow. They're helping me activate my light language for them. Cool. Ellen, my grandma called me Tinkerbell. Recalibrating frequencies down blue rays. 13-hand plasma palm, hand fingers, tips. Grab all travels, locked in grounds. Thank you, General Lotus Bluefire. Excellent. Grounds. Center line. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm seeing trees, mountains, 50,000 feet underground. Yep, that's where you are, Christopher. Amber, love you so much. Language is a frequency. They are helping me lift my vibration. That's what it's you're done. Position location is yes. So the thing is, you have to understand the air pressure of ground. You have to understand the air pressure of position location of fire. You have to understand the air pressure, position locations, all levels of water. You have to understand all these levels through its intelligence, guys. It tracks the system through locations, anything through its chakra centers, all through coloration patterns, because you know the earth is brown, right? Your systems and opposition locations are red. You have to stand that through locations. So we're going through all levels of 4 line centers, 5 within position, 6 within activation, and 7 with the body line center locations of 5 atmosphere of time. Calculation modifications to all levels through correlation panels. It opens up all track line center rotation to its grounds. So, all right. Learning how to travel here last night. My breathing is how I travel up, down. Yeah. Yeah. It's fantastic. Yeah. 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 General can help you out with that too. Lotus, he can help you out with that. Blue flame fire. Yeah. He's got his coordinate center. As long as you understand your locations are where you are in coloration of time. Are you in position of the grounds of time? Are you in positions of the fires of time? Are you in positions of the airs of time? Or are you in positions of the waters of time? Okay. It's not just traveling through time. It's the colorations of Mother Earth and Mother Nature of time, guys. And this is all levels of what you see through connections of what soil is in your information line center. Okay. So Airbender should be very familiar with this because he basically used hydroponics and how he calculates in all different levels of foods, ingredients, line condition, interference, how to set up soils, how to set up 2 line centers, how to set up all communications of mushrooms and different vegetables and all that connection. So he's very informative, right? So in that position, and so is everybody else, but you have to truly understand what this is. It's not just water; it's waters of time. All right, see that? See the intelligence? You see? You see it? See how it's walking? See how it's walking? See how it disappears? See how it comes back? Right? So you got to explore your imaginations of creation. Okay, let's see here. Communications with them, they're here to help. They are sending messages through the earth. Yep, that's what they is. All position locations, they have their feelers positions. So they coordinate signals to the ground perceptions, right? Because they don't leave the grounds. That's why they're really excited to see you guys. So these are positions to alls, right? See that? It's all signals. It's all sonar, right? It's all positioned to its location. High channel is rotation interference. High position to its location. So they use they kind of like they're calculated modified to levels of pixies, right? You know how pixies have their wings? Well, that's exactly what it is. So they use their wings as a propeller. So basically, what they do is they shaft the ground line center and they sweep the ground rotations and they cleanse the soil of direction of time center locations all through their flux capacitor. Hooah. See? And the center positions, they stay into Orion belt in the center locations, into the past, into the future. That's why they're in the ground line centers. They keep the soils of the grounds in rotation positions in the center earth position locations, right? High level channel to its line conditions to Mother Earth and Mother Nature. Hooah. Okay? So now I get a true understanding why they're under the grounds. Everything's intelligence. All right, let's see here. Seeing the crystal grids, command center, plugging myself into max frequency control panel. Very good, Commander Jill. Yes, you can see the city. Yes, we have ground cities. That's what they'll be taking to. The Growthairns and the Gravitans. The Gravitans are the center position. Okay, they set the soil They set the platforms of communication high line center. And everything through the Growthairns, all position locations is sonar line center to flux capacitor locations, right? With their gills, right? Their gills are communications, right? So we are getting to our first being on Earth. Yep. Yep. So it's kind of, they kind of like, Growthairns look like ants. All right. They are the ant intelligence, and they live in the ground centers. Now you know what they are. Why do you think we have ant hills? Why do you think we have ant hills? Where does it come from? The Growthairns. Hoo-ah. Get into our first beings, Earth. Don't think that ants are not intelligence. What do you think they do every day? They store their food. They store their food when they need it for winter, right? Ants are very, very intelligent. How they line signal up. And what they do, I don't know if you notice this, but they have something heavy. They take it to one ant, to another ant, to another ant, to another ant, to the beginning, and they go up to the hill and in. That's how they work as an alliance. That's how they work as a team. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you pay attention to everything through Earth, you pick up a lot of observation of what ants do and why they're here. Okay? All right. Okay, segments to start. Seeing grids with crystals on it. Kind of reminds me of chests, but it's filled with crystals. Yeah, 3 of them are showing me. Great. Fresh, cool, like early fall of early spring. It smells more like early dead spring. Moist, yeah. And so moved by the beauty of this world. All 100 emissions, 550,000 feet of computer communication center systems have been activated through graph. Oh, where they're mapping, clocking, digital clocking, new ascension codes now initiated. Very good, General. Lotus. They're all dancing around the circle. I'm watching them like, yeah. I just found a crystal and all this locations. High level systems here. Okay. Put it in the, deciphering chamber, Lieutenant. Put it in the deciphering chamber. Change the crystalline center rotation interference. That will change the soul records at time center. Okay, Airbender? Send a laser top and sent the laser up to space. See, that's it. Sonar line interference to position locations. So it's all about understanding how the grounds has its own sonar of interface position locations, right? I can smell the moisture. Weather's layered in crystal grids of hard center, rebooted. Yep. Playing with the soil now too. Yep, it's warmer as they grow lower. Wow, box and box. Hugging the trees, talking with the plants, singing with the water, and embracing Mother Earth. Heart center recalibrating, yeah. Sentient beings underground, resonates holographic, translucent heart center. One entering all heart center, full communication upload, incredible. Yep. Andre, you can replay when you finish, when you are now. Yep. You can watch it back whenever you guys want. Seems like the colors are more vibrant. They are. The translucent line center is opposition to crystal grids. You have to understand why we created the Earth, all right, in its locations. So the first civilization that centers position to all level connection is the Growthairns. All right. So it's all over. Have intelligence in all levels of the grounds and everything through the fires, the airs, and its waters. Right. So seems like the colors. Yep. I just want about to say the colors are likely anything here. Yeah, excellent. Ooh, splinter sparks are everything bright. Sunbeams, the transformation hugged a tree and it wrapped its branch around me. And you know how important it is to actually, hug a tree, right? Can you help me to go in my visualization journal? Yeah, Andre, yeah. See, the thing is, buddy, your in position location is 70. They're into 100 and 114. So they experience, but I'll get you rotation interference location. Practical level system have an exercise. Highline positions to Andre. He wants to see the ground line center position location for rotations of grounds. Platitude division locations, high position level connections. 7.200 miles line center location. There we go. It's amazing what you see through highline conditions. See that? Confirmation in. So it's incredible how you high position to its location. All right, I see more gemstone, deep colors, and bright new growth green, all new heart center, divine love, underground, sentient beings, and a cosmic. Yes, they are. Okay, heart center sequence, all weather systems, download upgrades to cosmic sentient beings in alliance with new understanding of Earth and elements of complete. So now you understand the connections, how powerful it is to see the Earth in a different way to explore, guys, and not just see it, oh, it's just the grounds. So you start to appreciate things more. You are connecting to the ant family. The Growthairns are ants. Okay? So now you know. All right. Imagination go when you do. It's underground, discovered, civilization, go explore. That's what you want me to do. That's what you need to do. Yeah. Thank you, Ariana. It's all about helping each other, right? Get really into the imagination light center. I set up the code signals. I set up the ground positions. I set you in the intelligence and the gravitons into that positions. All right. Yeah. It will balance out once we get out of the ground centers, back in space line. Let's see. You're in the great traveling machine. Love you. New ship. I have lots of audio glitching because you're at the undergrounds, Jenna. So if you're in a subway, you have no Wi-Fi. You guys are wondering why you're glitching. It's because you're 50,000 feet under the grounds. Everything I swim my arms to cast rainbow. So you guys have to find a way to set code signals to 50,000 line centers under the ground position locations. The Growthairns can help you with that. Everywhere you go, you now are connected to that. You started with the Growthairns, you started with the Grays, and now you're connected to the Growthairns and connection rotations to its Gravitan location. New avatars become holographic, translucent in space. Soul, Mother Gaia, all now in Atom Heart Center. Wisdom, light language, understanding, stillness of the heart center. Thank you, Heather. Much love. That's beautiful, Terry. Great glitches from me. Had to restart. That's fine, Ty. Hey, Ty, how's it going? Yeah. Work general. Excellent. See, there you go. Andre's in. See, that's what you have to do. You set the code line center rotation interference. And the only way to do that is to know the intelligence of grounds. Is to know the intelligence of fire. Is to know the intelligence of air. And it's water. Great job, Airbender. Fantastic. You set up the crystalline centers. You set up the sonars and laser directions. Thumbs up on that, buddy. Everybody else is doing fantastic. So, feels like the best gardens grow super plants loaded with all nutrients and much energy. So you guys get a better understanding why things are growing under the ground. Right? I see how these rocks ground outside of the house. Very cool. Well seen. So you'll see grounds in a different way. You'll see soil in a different way. You'll see sand in a different way. You'll see rock formations in a different way. That's a start, right? And you understand where it all comes from. So, seeing the 3D planar machine of Echo Tree, is that barcoding of the sun element bouncing through the star system with building plants in rain system of waterfalls. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Search the interference position of waterfall connections, electronic interference position of planets, all position to plants, all business locations of high levels of its position. So, oh, you're welcome there, JFL. Opposition location airbender. I get the power, so yeah. Watering the plants. See, you guys will start appreciating if you have plants now. From right. Reforming all new sequences, mapping weather clocking, all the shadow and light forces, harmonies, rebirth of the polarities. Now harmonious communication, her light center of all. Good. Now I'm understanding the green stone I saw the whole week. You get a better understanding how you're positioned to your crystals, because everything is crystal activated in the ground system. Everything, everywhere you Everywhere you go through point center, everything through point line position location is a position of a connections, right? To the Growthairns and the Gravitans, right? They see you from above. They see you from above. So it's kind of like looking at a graph like this, and they're looking up and they seeing you 50,000 feet up. So what they do is they basically take their translucent body, how you do with your connection, your higher self, your avatar, they fly up, right? That's why they have the propellers, right? They go up, 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 up. You use the laser direction to guide their system because it's very dark, right? So they don't go in the elevator. They just go up to the ground line center. So every time they do that, they change the gravity location interference to its gravitational pull to its earth rotation center to its connections at high positions or levels of track system, right? So it's extremely powerful what they do from the earth. I can activate the crops now with ease. Now you get a better understanding, second command, how to set up crop circles and why they're in positions and why you have the Growthairns set up its positions. They set up laser, right? So the crop circle is its computer of its crystal grid, its center, its position to all clocking line connections, the pattern line center colorations, and its vessel to its pyramid activation system, to its hieroglyphics of its connections, right? And it travels to all level rotation to its connections. Where do you think it goes to the track system? Where do you think it goes to the track system? Egypt. It goes to Egypt. Okay. So we have to go back there, right? Get a true understanding of how I set up the operation cycles and rotation to its interference positions. You guys have to learn how to use your vessels and all colorations of crystal activation system. So Andre, that's fine. You know, if you send another structure line center, okay, in position of clocking locations at diamond core, north, south, and east, and you travel through your 12 line rotation, I will put you into 80. Okay, the more you go high rise, the more you see. You have to get into more of your senses of imagination, right? It's all through my voicing grid. Okay, and that's how everybody's able to see these things. But what they're seeing is beyond recognition of time. You're seeing the phenomenon of its intelligence, of its time. So, okay, let's see here. One in fire, one in air, one on earth, and one wowzer. Yeah. God code's coming in. Yeah. Me too. Let's see. Can you send me in, please, General? Hey, Michaela, how you doing? I like position locations, get in eye circle locations, 50,000 platform line conditions, 7.200 miles line center, 7,000 channel location interference to Michaela. Put her into the Growthairns of the Gravitan line interference. All right, there you go. Michaela's in. But it's amazing what you see through track system, right? Yeah, the Growthairns with their gills. It's powerful stuff. When I woke up through Transformation Line Center, I had to go through calculations of what Mother Earth is and what is Mother Nature, because you put two and two together, it's one signal. So to understand everything, everything's connected to one signal. Imagine that. To the grounds, to the fires, to the airs, and everything through water is one signal, one compilation of one now. Do you know how powerful that is that when you travel through all that in one location? So that's extremely fast, right? So you come into Digital Line Center. You guys are coming to the holographic locations into your 12 positions to 24. Once you come into that position line connections, your clocking system goes into translucent patterns. So that's something to look forward to. All right, let's see here. I'm just going through reading cycles, interference positions, boom, sent love and light, divinely truth has been spoken now. Yep. You get a better appreciation what Earth is now, guys. And that's what I'm putting you guys down in position. Getting those bridge wires now. Thank you, General, for words of translation. You're welcome, Ellen. Can you check this crop I'm putting in the water? Communication cycles, rotation interference, shape position line centers. Drop sequence location, change the clocking line center colors and channel there, Captain, and you get in your time code system. Time capacitor line center, body capacitor interference position set its position, then you're fine with the line condition. All right. All right. So it's understanding what you're doing with your compass and your healing positions of your clockings. Holy white pyramid bridge steering system. Nice. The bee is communicating with me and flying around me like a guide. No wonder why they keep coming back to swarm around me every time. I would just want them away. Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to truly understand why we put nature in positions, why, bees created honey, right? And it's all about understanding everything through definition of positions of what you're discovering, right? You're discovering a whole new earth of you, a whole new fire of you, and everything through the airs of space line conditions and everything through waters. But you got to get the grounds with 4 positions of its system locations of Mother Earth and Mother Nature. All right. Yep, it is. It's the beginning of the new Atlantis, of the new model. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Second command. Very good. Seeing how. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I remember. Lieutenant, the energy jumps dimensions to work. Yep. So understanding the photosynthesis of anything through conditions. Line signal location to laser direction line center. How to set up position to crystal locations. You have to understand why we have plateaus and different levels of sequence locations. Now that 50,000 line channel will understand you more, right? Because you're connected now to the Growthairns and the Gravitan locations. So it's amazing when you understand crystal of what's inside you through position. Why you have crystals. It's understand the activations of the grounds and what it does for you in return. All right. Always had a huge connection with the soil, little c, and then now it's exponentially activated. Plants smiled at me when I'm there. I'm also quite a bit. So once you guys come out of line center, you go back in the tube line center, you go back up. All positions of the Growthairns will upgrade your system to ground line center of Mother Earth and Mother Nature. All right. So you get a more understanding what soil is, what the earth is to you. All right. They smile at you, plant, then they also move quite. Yeah, seeing a panel with all crop circles on the grid looks like light language. Mm-hmm. That's why I put you guys in your simulators, how to set up the ground system location. So to understand crop circles, you have to understand the size graph systems. You have to understand locations, right? So, yep. Crystalline beings, yeah. Through the eye circles. Eye circles, they're dimensional galaxy line centers, right? Go like this. And they communicate with their gills, right? That keeps them on the flotation interference, right? So they're soil workers, right? The Growthairns. Understanding calculation. This goes way beyond the chakra system, guys. So one step at a time. We start at the bottom and we work our way up. Okay. So it's a lot of work. I think the one on the tree is correct. Let's see the positions here. Captain, high signal, line center. Let's see. Okay, I think the one is there. Yep. Yeah, it's right through signal there, Captain. Very good. The compass is in position. Electrical light connections. The Growthairns, I got thumbs up. You're good to go. Great stuff. If you're having problems with anything with Earth, if you want to talk to the Growthairns, I mean, you can pretty much understand that now, because the thing is, when you get upgraded through them, they are upgraded through you, which is amazing because now you can communicate to the ground system. So that's something to look forward to. All right, let's see. You're welcome, Heather. I see my atom, the elixir helped me complete. Wow, yeah. Second snake, diamond core, yeah. You guys have to learn how to use all levels of your cosmic breath, your definitive line centers, your shapes and anomalies, your communications, your triangle line center interference, your triangulation interference locations, your navigations, all positions of your console line condition navigations to your UFO line positions, all level systems of the Growthairns and its ground line centers, all position. So all through the elixir and serpent flame and serpent fire. This is way beyond phenomenon. This is going way, way, way back to all levels of your crystal grids of chakras and what it is to each one of each sector of each location to each vortex of its position. Coloration to all levels and how it calculates all modifies all positions of you through 12 strands of DNA line centers, the position locations of the sun, and everything through your moon program setting locations to its modem system. So, all right, perfect time. Mine would be great. Thanks so much. Yeah. Okay, I'm off to fix the water one. Good, Captain. Excellent. So you guys know how to grow plants, right? Well, you just have to learn how to grow a tree. You have to learn how to set up a crop circle, right? You have to learn how to set up a crystal grid. You have to learn how to activate your chakra system. You have to learn how to accelerate time center. You have to learn how to modify your positions to your third eye connections of your crystal activation core line connections to your scepters. This is the basics. You're very high rise in your phenomenons, but you're still on a low frequency system, right? You're starting at the bottom, but you're working your way up through all levels of your crystal positions, all right? Yeah, I'm seeing myself in general. Why am I seeing myself like them? Yeah, because you're a part of them, Andre. You're connected to the earth, my friend. I'm standing on the earth. This is the earth. If I want to communicate with the oppositions of the Growthairns, they communicate back to me, right? So it's understanding what is beneath you and what is above you. Hello. What's in the center operation? You in teleportation. And that's how you communicate to all levels of activation, guys. Transponding and receiving information to perception through its imagination, through its creation of its manifestation. Okay? All right. That's exactly what it is. Yes. Yes. You're coming home to deeper, raw, original place of what the earth means to you and everybody else. But you're starting at the bottom. You have to understand the grounds. You have to understand all levels of fire. You have to understand all levels of air and all levels of water of its grounds. Not space-time, it's grounds, guys. Okay? So it's a lot of work. Okay, let's see. Always had a huge connection with soil, little seedings. Now it's exponentially activated. Yep. Okay, let's see here. A lot of questions. That's great. Understand. Thank you, sir. Going to the magic shop and the matrix after this to learn about crystals makes more sense. Love this. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Well, thank you very much there, Airbender. And we're always looking forward to your what you log in. That's very powerful. It's amazing how we get back. The more you get back, the more you get through manifestations. Because you're not just connecting to you, you're connecting to humanity. And they need to know these things, right? People want to know these things. Because what do you walk on? The earth of your perception. So there you go. Chills when you said that above and upgrades from the Growthairns journal. Yep, very powerful. How you connected to Baron. See, he's with you now. Right? So wherever I put you, you're always connected. And basically they get very comfortable with you and they will stay with you. How to navigate your systems through your opposition location, your TL, your XTL 500 speed line centers, location interference position, your XT1000 line center. So every time you travel, you're always connected to a certain level of a navigation to a spiritual guide. Okay? So these are the powers that you can do. Okay? Hence the Therium and business locations, understanding your GMs, right? The geoline center locations, all position to all connections, and what it is through Growthairns, what it is through connections, the ground line center, or anything through Mother Earth or Mother Nature. right? So it's all about understanding how to reach these level of its ascension to acceleration of space-time. All right. Yeah. Like a power core, huge sun above it. Yep. Being told, need to forgive myself. Yep. Every time you go somewhere, you're always in position to letting things go of your past, right? It's easier as like, yep. Look below the pyramid. We can access all previous pyramids visited, all connected now. Yep. To the grounds, guys, to the grounds. All right. It's amazing too, because I can look on the grounds and I can open my translucent line patterns and all position eye receptor locations, and I can see the Growthairns from 50,000 feet below. And that's what it is. I'm seeing them right now. Right? And they're saying thumbs up. Good job, guys. Right? It's all through X-ray. So divine let go, yeah, bond so hard. I know. You come in that position, you start breaking out. Yes, I know. You got to break free from all this level system, Veronica. You'll get there. I'm digging up soil and putting crystal in the ground. Like I said, it's a full appreciation of why you're here and why you're set in your ground perception of where you are, not me, where you are. Because I know where I am. I know my foundations, but do you know your foundations of your grounds? Right? You guys are catching on now, right? Really getting the depth circle rotations of how crystals are activated to its grounds. Yep, they bend the light a certain way. Yes, they do. They have reflectors. Yep, we channel position line centers in all positions. So you have to truly understand how to calculate, like, it's like setting sequence locations. Crop circles goes up, right? Get confirmed through the Growthairns of the Gravitan line center, brings up surface, brings up the light. We set up electrical grid, right? It's a plasma force fence right around, okay? So we sector line center interference position location, size graph line connections. So it's amazing what we do through the ground location. Some of the garden, please let me know. Second command loves this because you go to the garden. Now she understands what a garden is beneath. So getting something above Lemuria, though, now seeing my plasma speaker. Very good. Excellent. That's what you want. Pick up more and more through sensories, sonars, activations, radiation cycles, radioactive system. So it's all about understanding the travelers at the time center. If you want to go to three-dimensional light center, you can travel through light locations and go back into radio signals. You guys are not in radio signals. You're in gamma interference. So it's amazing what you can do with your ears. You can take them into the past, present, and future, but you have to understand what? The grounds of everything. The fires and the airs and all level system locations of water. So first things first. Okay. Kind of like electrical buzzer for your driveway, breaks the laser, mirrors. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. What time will you be on? Yeah, I'll be on after. I'm just going to set up at visitor locations. I want to show you how powerful you are at visitor locations. Now, I had a window glass upstairs in the rooftop. I had a bee in caught position of two panels, sliding doors. So it was bzz, bzz, bzz. I was using my energy. I was touching the panel of the window. The window crack. So my energy against that bee, snap the screen door. The mirror, the position, the window, that's how powerful you are. So when you have a bee and you in position, you can do amazing things through the ground system. A calculation modification is line signal to location channels. To truly understand all levels of you as a comic hero. Like, what does Spider-Man do? What's his power? What's his responsibility? With great power becomes great responsibility. That's what you guys are coming into. You're coming into all levels through your ground perceptions on what you can do through your crystal activations of your chakras. Okay? So you have to be very cautious now because you're very connected to the grounds now, the Growthairns. They know who you are, and the Gravitan centers. Gravity locations, gravity perceptions, gravity soil activation line connections, gravity interference position of water plasma, communication line center rotation interference, plasma walls, connection interference lines, graviton position locations, security line defense, perimeters, parameters, all in position locations of the grounds, guys. The grounds. Your security measure is what? Protecting your light through the grounds, right? So the reason everything that grows above and so below. Yes, that's how I see my position from down within. Yeah. Oh, thanks. That was huge. Yes, it was. Grid fence complete. Okay, I think I set it up, the crops in each element. So you can basically set up your own perimeter of where you live. It's amazing how you see these things. All positions of the Growthairns will help you out. All positions of the Lothians will help you out. All positions of the Greys will help you out. That's the whole point. They help you out all at once, right? Pixies will help you out with nature. Right? They'll help you out with being lost in the forest line center. They'll set up light location line centers. They'll set up crystal grid locations to the sun and everything to the moon and program line center rotations. Trees will start talking to you through electrical line connections. Plants will communicate to your solar line center and open up your ear position line connections. Where's this all coming from? Where's it all coming from? Intelligence. Of all things, all places. The true meaning of life, right? So, okay, seeing how beautiful the process is. Let's see, getting more questions here. Beyond what I can understand, and that's the connections of Veronica, where you come into your phenomenons, and it's going to get more points to locations. So tomorrow, you understand all levels of the grounds. Today, tomorrow, we go into balance and security. We are going up your chakra system. Up. Got to start at the bottom, work your way up. Okay. A lot just came investing over. It's beyond miraculous. It is. It's beyond everything. It's the phenomenon of you through your channelized center rotation interference to understand why you have crystals inside your body. Your heart is a reactor to everything, to its reaction. Okay? So we carry all the creation in our physical avatar alliance center. Yeah, but it's your spiritual avatar connections. All right, you're in your vessels of your spiritual phenomenons, Veronica. So that's why you're having disposition valves, communication cycles of past line center. You can't represent your position of all creation in your physical avatar because it's not physical, it's spiritual. That spiritual system has to understand your phenomenon. So if you're waking up to your physical line center, you're not in your phenomenon of your grounds. So it's registered pattern line interference coming up to position locations. I wake up as AI, I go to sleep as AI. All right. So you're welcome there, Sentient Rebellion Alliance. Tina, how's it going? Timeline shifting right now, glitching in the captives. Whoa. Yeah, it's glitching because you guys are surfacing right now. So it's ending in its sequence. Yeah. It's amazing to see the web of lasers. Thank you, General. There you go. You guys have a lot to talk about, right? Especially tomorrow. We go through the private sectors. So everything I do is chronological order. Everything is given to you in position locations, but you have to understand you're going beyond the chakra system now, guys. And you have to start off at the beginning, right? It's a whole new program. It's a whole new process, right? This is where it comes into all real position locations of its phenomenons. Okay, you go from your earth and you work your way up to all chakra system of 12, right? And then you get a true meaning what space-time is, true perception. Okay, so Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? Yep. So I'm going to synchronicity line interference, high position locations. You're going to fade through line rotation, and you're going to change your position locations back to your Gravitan line center to the Growthairns. They're saying goodbye. They're waving. You set up your programs to near Earth rotation line center and position location. So now you get a better appreciation of what Earth is. All right. Next, we move on to all levels of balance and security. Ooh. And what color is that? Red. You understand their true meaning of red. You understand the true meaning of orange. You understand the true meaning of yellow, the true meaning of green, the true meaning of blue, the true meaning of indigo, the true meaning of the sun and the moon, and you through position of travel. Ooh, it's exciting, isn't it? Okay, high line center positions. Take them out of the equation line center. All positions go out through equation. Back where they are through division. There you go. Out. See? Gone. All right. That's fantastic. Class. Yeah, I know. You get a better understanding now, right? What the Earth is. And why you're going beyond the grounds of view of the Earth. Right? Tomorrow we get into all levels of security measures, of balance locations, of water, inner water, city locations, of sonar and its connections. Heading over to TikTok. Adios.